What's going on, guys? I'm your old mate, Dr. Cuts. This is Encyclopedia Ray, and you're watching Just the Tipping. And tonight, we're incredibly lucky to have all the way from Australia. Very excited. We've got Steve and Helen, and they are the owners, drivers, creators of SPOTTO57. Welcome, guys. Thank you for joining us.
You're all right, welcome.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
How you guys been? You've just come off a pretty impressive sort of win at Tropical Melt down there in Cairns.
It was the first round of our championship we won.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And what was the championship? The Sumo NS Pro Series?
No, it's our local comp. So it's you get points over 3 or 4 rounds depending on the weather.
Right.
And then the highest accumulated points over the series wins the championship.
Yes.
Well,
yeah. Okay, so local championship, and is that who's that? Who puts that on?
NQ Burnouts.
Ah, okay, right.
Yeah, yep. So I've been starting to follow them, and then
yeah, it's our local club.
Yes, yeah. Yes.
And that's pretty strong. There's a pretty good number of cars that follow that regularly.
Yeah, we get 40, 50 cars. 2 years ago, we won the championship, and last year we were winning to the last round, and our first skid in the last round, our oil pump decided to get into 5 pieces, so we came 5th. Okay. Well, why don't you give us a bit of a rundown, give our viewers a bit of a rundown. We're trying to reach people that sort of aren't in the burnout scene as much as the rest of us. Give us a bit of a rundown on SPOTTO57, guys. What's this rig you're running? Because she's pretty cool. Okay, so she's painted pearl black, so it's got a green pearl in it by Knight's Bodyworks. Originally she's a 4-door.
Wow.
But at the back 2 doors are welded up because the 4-door hardtop's got a really nice roof line.
Right.
It's got all the gutters, all the channels on the roof taken off, and lots of other little modifications to the body itself.
Yeah.
As for the diff, it's got a 4-link Borg Warner, just a standard Borg Warner diff with a full spool.
Right.
Then we've got Turbo 400 manualized, and pretty much at the moment it's pretty much a standard LS1 with a blower on it and a big cam. We had a letdown at Tropical Meltdown where our motor blew a head gasket, so we went through the processes of fixing that. Went to torque up the head and it pulled some head studs out.
Oh shit!
So our forged motor had to come out and sit on the stand.
Oh bugger!
And then we got a motor from one of the judges from NQ Burnouts.
Yeah. And
we knocked the pistons out, gave it a hone, put the pistons back in, and put a set of bearings in it.
Yeah.
Double row timing chain, and put Spotto's heads on.
Yes.
Put the blower on, and it loves it.
Wow. How good is that?
3 days it took us. Yeah, 3 days it took us to get the car from driving in to driving out. So that was a big effort for the 2 of us.
And so how long now that combination, that block, how long's that been running as it sits now?
This is one comp. So the first comp, but the previous combination is about 5 years we've had that.
Right. Yeah, that's so that bottom end was pretty hardy till it let that.
Decided not to be.
So we're going to get some helicoils for it, but they're 11 mil. That's a funny size. So anyway, we're going to send off to the States and get a set of helicoils and put some helicoils in it.
Good stuff. So
and that'll go into another car.
How long you guys had SPOTTO57? What's its history with you and with you guys, or prior to you? Give us a bit of a rundown on the car itself prior to your burnout career.
So So we got the car about 8 years ago. It was on a rotisserie. It was destined to be a show car, and the guy's circumstances changed, and it came in a box of about 3,000 bits.
Wow.
And a body on a rotisserie and a chassis. So we had one already. It was a 4-door coupe.
Right.
Sorry, a 2-door coupe, 57 2-door coupe. So me and Helen decided to make it a burnout car because you don't see that very often. And it's not about winning. It's about having fun and seeing people's faces. They can't believe that we skid the car.
Yeah.
And so me and Helen built it ourselves. We had it's had 2 paint jobs. The first one lasted quite some time. Yeah. Obviously, they cop a beating.
Yeah, fully.
And then some really good friends of ours, Mary and Nathan from Knight's Bodyworks, they repainted it again and made the car look absolutely brilliant.
Okay.
And then I ran out of talent at Summernats and hit the wall.
Lovely description.
Yeah, perfect.
So
you guys live in Cairns?
Yeah, we live about 40 minutes south of Cairns in a little country town.
Called, I used to live in Cairns.
Oh.
Okay, we live in Babinda.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so when we start Spotto up, everyone in Babinda hears it and knows it's there. Even the police.
It's quite funny. It's quite funny, like talking about that. Our last guest, Rusty 8, who's a Chevy over here. He pretty much similar sort of thing. Starts it up, the whole neighbourhood can hear. You know, people can't blimmin' fathom how you go out and try and skid something of that sort of particular vehicle. But yeah,
and he doesn't do it to win. He purely does it for the fun.
Exactly the same thing, it's awesome.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
When you talk to guys that have older cars and they, especially like Rusty 8, he'd be left-hand drive as well, I believe.
Yes.
No, Rusty 8's right-hand drive. Right? It's New Zealand new, actually, Rusty 8.
Yeah.
Right-hand drive.
Yeah. I follow him on.
Helen loves Rusty 8.
Yeah.
And it's just so hard to get parts and nothing fits and everything take twice as long. But, you sit on the burnout pad and they go to take the passenger's breathalyzer because they're just used to going to that side. And, stuff like that. It sort of makes it a bit of a comical day as well. So,
Yeah, cool cars. And it looks like when you were talking about the paint job in the photos and some of the footage I've seen, it looks really, really nice. That colour combo that you run and it looks really striking.
Yeah, those LED halos too, the green halo LEDs, the headlights are pretty cool.
Yeah, we like the green.
Because we took the green from running on empty where they say the GTHO is green.
Yes. So
the green is nice.
We've raised Encyclopedia Ray, and he's found out all this stuff, and that's some of the info that we've fed to our mate Jack, the AI, for your race. So he's got a fair bit of information on you guys.
I watched Running on Empty when I was a young child many a times on the VHS. Many a times.
Good.
Great movie.
Yep.
Great movie.
Yep. Yeah, excellent.
The hardest part was pushing rewind and hoping it didn't chew it up.
Yes.
There's quite a few of our viewers won't even know what the fuck we're talking about, probably.
No, that's it.
Go on the YouTube and look it up. Running on Empty.
No, just VHS machines. That's what they don't know.
Yeah. I mean, we definitely know the people that do, because, like, when we're towing, the trailer, it's got Spotto all over it, and we'll get people wind down their window and they'll give us a quote from the movie. So automatically we go, we know, you know what it is.
That's awesome. That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's really, really, really good.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we get lots of quotes.
Well, I can't. Once we pull them. Can't wait for you to hear the Jack Splitman version of it.
Yeah, we'll leave that for a while. He's a bit of a nasty bastard, this Jack. But so tell me, what's your guys' history with burnout cars prior to Spotto? Was you your hoons, bogans?
Well, we've both been into cars. We're both on our second marriage, and we met at a go-kart track.
Awesome.
Indoor go-kart track.
Oh, what a story. Sure, the two ones started the go-kart track.
Yeah.
So we didn't have much of a hope, of being rich.
Yeah.
Our first car was a BP Commodore Ute called High Carbs.
Yeah.
I built that for me and my son to just go and have some fun in, not even thinking that Helen would be interested in it.
V6, V8?
And and my son, he's more interested in fishing.
Oh, yeah.
He's coming around. He's got a 4-door Skyline now, so he's doing that. But it's brought, that's why we like Burnouts, because it's brought me and Helen closer together, and we do it as a couple. And,
awesome.
There's not a lot of motorsports that you can actually do as a couple.
Correct.
And then the cost side of it as well. For variants of different motorsports, like Burnouts. You can have the old cheapos, but then you can put the money and the time and your patience and everything, and create something that that is real special to yourself, and then become special to a lot of other people.
Yeah, definitely.
Doesn't have to be the $100,000 race cars if you don't choose.
No, not at all.
I could say there's probably almost $100,000 shoved in Spotto by now, though. Surely, yeah. Let's be honest.
Like you were saying, like you'll go, like for instance, we went to it was a private car show on the weekend, and nobody knows my name. Everybody knows me as Spotto, and it's like, hey, going Spotto? Yeah, who's that? I don't know. Yeah, how you going?
Well, I mean, straight off the bat, that highlights what we're trying to do over here. There'll be, the likes of the people on the burnout scene that know your car over there, but don't know too much of you. Bang! This is what we're trying to achieve: is introducing everyone and by, even if it's by way of this way, but it's still kind of just bringing a little bit more insight. And here's the cat.
Fuck you, kitty.
Say hello, kitty. But no, it's really that side of it's you can't go past.
So you guys, you've been following the burnout scene for a while. Like, have you got any people that you sort of look up to, mentors or drivers?
Look, I have a couple of people I look up to, say Wal Kosawaski or Barney and the Myers family. I look up to both of them because they do it as a family. It's a team thing, and I also get a lot of enjoyment and look up to all the newcomers. Like they're just starting out in their 6 cylinders, and and I had one guy come up to me and said, I don't feel I'm worthy to be in the same class as your car. And I said, mate, you're out there doing the same thing I'm doing. It's just I've got a different car.
And you're off the streets. All of that.
100%. Like, we'll get guys and girls. We get a lot of girls up here doing it, and guys, and they'll bring a box trailer load full of tyres to a burnout comp. And from the minute the pad opens for practice, they're out doing blowing sets of tyres.
Right.
And like we like to, it's about, like also looking up to other people, but it's about, like, we like to sponsor. We sponsor a couple of cars, a little 6-cylinder cars.
Nice.
And we've just jumped on board and sponsored this little young kid, Drop a Set Media.
Yes, you've been following his media over here as well. Yep. Shout out to you, Drop a Set Media.
So you just sponsored Drop a Set Junior.
Yes, I just did. Yeah.
So we give him some some dollars and he spent it on some camera equipment and batteries and all this. And, you know, that's, for us, that's what it's about, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
awesome.
I mean, obviously everyone likes to go and blow a set of tyres and have a lot of fun and listen to the car rev.
Yeah.
And throw it around the pad. But it's about, you know, like we're going to Red Center Nats in 3 weeks' time. And it's not about the burnout comp. It's about everything about it.
The camaraderie, leading up to people that we've met every year that we've gone, you know.
Social side.
That cruise looks amazing. The cruise they do.
It is.
And it's just, you don't like, there's no, you know, the street registered aspect. I think they can drive everything on there. It's sort of like, and so everyone's involved. It's, it looks like a pretty
it's like
epic
Alice.
weekend.
Yeah, it's like Alice Springs. There's nobody sitting in their lounge room.
Yes.
They're all out in the street.
Right.
You know, they really welcome it.
Yeah.
You know, Alice, the council, they embrace it. Summer Nats, you know, they put on an excellent show.
Yeah. It's like when it comes to the journey, you know, like it'd be really cool one day to put our car in a container and bring it over and have some fun with you guys, you know.
We'd love it. We'd love it. I think there's, you know,
Love the words you speak.
there's been a few Aussies now saying that to us, and I think it's going to happen, you know. We'd like to see that. We're obviously trying to get plenty of our cars over there, and you know, we don't have as much to offer you guys, but wow, it'd be pretty epic to have you actually here on our pads. Yeah, for sure.
You know, you offer us fun. That's all we need.
Yeah.
I think just more so
You don't
on
have to turn out, twist their arm too much.
Yeah, fair call.
It'd be really cool to bring over a couple of our cars. Like there's one I've got in mind. It's a 6-cylinder. It's owned by Aaron Chalky.
Oh, yeah.
This thing is absolutely crazy revs, and he just rim bashes the hell out of it.
Yeah.
And he scores almost as high as what we do.
Right.
And for a 6-cylinder.
And what type of 6-cylinder is it?
Sorry?
Is it a
Barra or Ecotech? Elotech?
I think it's a Barra. It's a
Ford.
It's a Falcon. I'm not really big on Fords. I must say I'm a bit ignorant when it comes to them.
That's right.
But AU Doing is his name. It's a black car with green lights.
Yeah, nice.
We'll have to look.
It's an absolutely awesome car.
Yeah, you would have seen it at Tropical Meltdown.
Yeah.
Like if you were viewing that, you would have seen it there. He's a lovely young man. You know, we know his parents. You know.
Right.
And we've got a little Datsun 120Y just come in on the scene with a young lady called Ricky.
Yep.
And
they call her Ricky Bobby, but her name's Bobby Marie.
Ricky Bobby. Take him back.
Anyway,
it's not. Is it the fluorescent yellow one? Is it the yellowy one? No.
No, it's black.
It's black.
It's black.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got quite a few really nice cars up the north side of Australia. Obviously, we're heading down to Summer Nats in January.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how we're going to go because every time I go there, I run out of talent. I have no illusions of grandeur.
Yeah.
So we haven't had the car fixed from when I hit the wall until I've conquered that pad, and then I'm right.
Okay.
So what's Helen's talent like behind the wheel of Spotto?
Yeah.
Oh, she's brilliant. She entered the ladies class in Northern Nats 3 years ago and won it.
Look at.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Look at.
Another Summer Nets, another lady on the Summer Nets pad to give it the.
We've got there's New Zealand's first all-female burnout comp coming up shortly in the South Island called Near the Girls. And
I watched your
oh yes.
YouTube on that.
Good.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, we appreciate that. So that's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
And next year it's going to be open to more people to register. So it's going to be pretty popular, and it's something that should be encouraged because it can be easy to be intimidated at a pad full of blokes, and even if the blokes there aren't meaning to be intimidated, you can still be intimidated in that situation.
Yeah.
So, no, all girl concentrate.
And I watched that. It was really good.
Well, like I said, this young Datsun 120Y, this young girl, I think she's going to turn a few heads when she's had a bit of wheel time.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's going to turn a few heads and put a few boys in their place.
Excellent.
Ruthless on the pedal, eh?
Sounds like a bit of a Liz Gracie. You must have seen Liz Gracie.
Yes. That's my favourite car.
Is it? Evil 69. Oh, good work.
Evil 69.
You're taking one of our questions away.
Yeah, that was one of our questions. Oh, damn it. Oh, that's good to know. Excellent work.
Oh, cool.
So have you seen? Have you met Liz over at Summer Nats or seen the car there?
No, I saw the car. No, I didn't meet her personally. She was very busy, and you know, I'm just a person, and she wouldn't want
They're all lovely people. They're all lovely.
Mate, she would have given you so much time. Like I've not actually met Liz Gracie yet. I know we're going to, but everybody over here, and I believe like everybody in Australia, man, they're just all cool cats that are really happy to just sort of help everybody out and just be friendly, and there's no real bad blood that I've seen anywhere.
No, there's not. No. You know, one thing I enjoy when we go to a burnout comp, especially if we go to different pads, because we've seen pretty much all the cars up in Cairns, is what people's take on their car and what they do, all the creativity, all the different designs. Like we had one up here at one stage called Double Blown. It had two, I think they're L67 blowers on it. It's, you know, we had a ute called Mutate, which had a V8 Land Cruiser motor in it.
Oh,
you know,
wow.
all these different ideas. We've got one called Fugly. That's a V8 Toyota V8 in it, and every time it goes out, it catches fire. You know, it's just a crowd pleaser. You know. Yeah.
Well, we've been building a car. We've been building something like that. Actually, we've got the Menace, which is a BA Falcon sedan, which we've cut into a ute, and set it on its ass and given it camber that should be illegal, and so that's going to come out at Auto Fest at the end of this year, and naturally aspirated Barra at the moment. But no, we're with you on that. Just going something a little bit different, a little bit weird. Even you know, people sort of look at it and go, "Fuck, that's different," you know. It's pretty cool.
SPOTTO57.
And 100%, absolutely right.
Yeah.
And that's I think that's what brings attractions. You know, some cars. There's been cars, and I'm sure in Australia, as there are in New Zealand, that are on the burnout scene and go around consistently all year, every year, but don't get really that much notice because, you know, they're just not that good looking or not that unusual is possibly the best thing to say. So you definitely get a lot more exposure when you just that little bit different looking, I think.
We started off our Australian interviews with a sort of probably almost a couple of examples like that with Jack Mills with the Swifty with the LS in it, and Mr. Mullet with his ute with his big compound turbo set up, and
Mr. Mullet,
they're both characters.
Then you've got Tiny Towen, which is next level.
Yes, no. So
I tell you,
we're getting hopefully you don't. While I'm thinking about it, you don't have Pete Gramusa on your phone contacts, do you?
No.
Oh, yeah.
I've been messaging him. He was sick when I was last messaging him, so I'm going to get back. Hopefully, try and get him for our next one. But he's a sort of chap we're really, really interested to talk to.
Yeah. He's doing that big car.
Yes, the XB, back into the XB now.
Yes.
So, Did you see why he because he retired, and then then his daughter sort of pretty much said to him, "Hey, what are you taking to Summer Nats?" You know, and he's like, "Well, nothing." Yep. And then she's like, "Well, you're going to be a loser, a nobody," you know, like So off he went back out. He's like, "Fuck this! I'll go out and I'll build the blooming XB, and we'll stick that big block back in there."
Yeah,
so, I can't wait to see that. Yeah,
definitely.
That's
really,
That's our
really,
biggest
really
fear.
interested and look forward to talking to him. But
Yes.
So you guys following the Aussies over in the States, the Burnout Masters and the
Oh,
We are,
definitely.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Lynchy, Luxifer,
Yeah.
Pink,
Cuddles, Jacko's Lux.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jacko
Oh,
LX,
yeah. All of them. Like,
yeah.
they're doing a great job. It's fantastic.
Oh, aren't
It's
they?
a great opportunity.
Aren't they just some of the work that I mean, they're just spectacular fucking driving these guys are putting out, man.
That Sturgis, just all those bikers would have been what the hell, like
Oh.
Yeah.
they would have seen nothing in their life. They were like that, nothing.
Yeah, definitely.
And the people that have gone over, they're such nice blokes. They're I remember we were at Ayers Rock, Alice Springs, in the middle of Australia, and Lynchy's come up and he's just next level energy. He's larger than life, this guy.
Right.
And I'm clinging to the rock saying I can't go any further, and he's run up past me saying hurry up. and then you look on his Facebook page, and then like half an hour later he's up the top and he's swigging a beer and said, "Yep, this is life," and then he's run back down.
It's brilliant. It's brilliant.
Yeah,
Well, they just they got kicked out of a Costco parking lot over there. I
heard all about that.
camping overnight. They thought they were out to camp, and the cops come and it was quite funny.
I heard all about that.
Well, they paid their money.
Oh, Jacko LX is set up, with his little camper and stuff. Like, he's doing it on looks like the lowest level of most of those boys over there. But his setup, like, he's just probably just living his best life. Hey, living his best life.
Yeah, they're all living their best life, and great, to them. We only wish we could do it.
And when you look at Puddles, he's had such bad luck with his camper.
And everything else is
and
but
his
he
car.
keeps going, he just keeps on going.
Big smiles, let's go and have some fun.
Yes. And then hadn't she getting rear-ended at 90 mile an hour in his trailer?
Yes.
Holy
the
heck.
car was okay.
Clickbait was all good by the looks of things, but
definitely things to go with their adventures, all right.
We've been trying to yarn with them, but I think we're going to have better luck talking to them when they get back from the States. There's just so much going on. And I've been talking to Sarah, Lynchy's missus, and basically she's like, no, he doesn't even want to get in front of a camera, man.
No.
We're just in it for the skids, and I'm like, I know you're just in it for the skids, but fuck, everybody wants to hear from Lynchy, man. You can't drive like that and not talk to your mates, your fans.
We get them.
Yeah, I remember we were at Summernats a couple of years ago now, and everyone's watching the burnouts. It's getting rowdy, but it's tame. And next minute they announced that Lynchy was coming out, and then everybody was Lynchy.
Yeah.
And next minute he's come in 200 miles an hour. Somersaults everywhere, and it's like
we had one of the most ruthless tip-ins of his when him and Sam came over with the Capri, and there was an event at Taupo track, and it was wet, but he had scoped that tip into what it was, but he actually utilised a portion of the drag strip. So he had a prize winner, I think it was a lady. There was a passenger. So he started pretty much where all the burnout cars were, went down the drag strip a bit, came back with force into the actual tip-in lane, and then proceeded down onto the pad. It was just nuts. And it was wet. And he knew exactly what he was doing. He did. It was just on. It was so on. So,
he's just larger than life. We've actually got a piston here that he signed for us from an event. Yeah, so it's really it was great. Yeah, we treasure that, from him.
That's brilliant.
Got some adventures, that man.
So you've been watching any of the stuff that's going on over here in New Zealand? You aware of any of our cars, obviously, other than Rusty?
Yeah, no, we've seen a bit. When we sort of get the time. We run quite a busy, like our business takes a lot of our time as well. So we try and fit in things where we can. But we've been. I'm always, we're always going on YouTube and having a look and at all different things. Just to keep up with, over there and everywhere else, like over in the States as well, you try and get on and have a look at everywhere.
Yeah, so what would Robson say? Hey? What
would be your best pad over there?
Oh, look, I mean, it's got to be a toss-up between the Burnouts pad and the Mary Mary Dragway pad. Yeah, there's you would have seen Burnouts has got a little bit of a downward slope on its tipping.
Yep.
It's quite a large square pad. That's pretty dope. The Mary Mary Dragway pad, which there's just been an event at on the weekend gone, and I've been posting some videos on that. That was the Chrome Horsepower Festival, and there was the Summer Nats Burnout Finals for entry to the Pro Series at Summer Nats for our Kiwi drivers.
Yes,
so that was at the Mary Mary, and that pad's a lot more like the Summer Nats pad, and it's it doesn't have the exit chute, but it's got the sort of tip in and the same shape of pad. So
it's a bit a little smaller scale size, I think.
A bit more technical, I guess.
Size. I think definitely for likes of Spotto, you'd have to be bang on to go back up the tip and shoot and come back.
You don't want to lose any talent on that pad.
Most pads for us are like that anyway.
I imagine.
It's not that easy.
She's not very responsive. It's very heavy, and once it gets a bit of inertia up, it's not going to stop.
So what's your brakes and steering like in Spotto? What are your brakes and steering?
Horrible.
Is that a brand name or?
I'm not going to write that down.
So it's actually got a VZ Commodore front clip in it.
Right.
With struts.
Yeah.
And then we struggled to find a steering rack for it. We ripped 2 steering racks out through bad geometry.
Yeah.
And then I picked the steering rack up out of a Holden Rodeo.
Oh, yes.
Which steers from the front. So when you turn it round and put it in the back, it's left-hand drive and it steers the correct way.
Yeah, right. Wicked.
And it steers really nice now, but the proof will be when we go to Red Centre, when we get it on the road.
Yes.
And give it a bit of speed in a controlled environment. Like, you can sort of drive it 60 k's an hour straight.
Yes.
And when you put your foot on the brake, your bum doesn't go like that,
Oh, you're correct. Yeah. So, did you do anything else other than Burnouts and Spotto? Were you into the roll racing drags? Do anything other?
Oh, look, we haven't yet. We want to. We've got a guy that's been looking after our car, All White Motorsport.
Yes.
And Elite Performance and Tuning. They've been sort of pushing us to get into that side of it. So I brought a set of radials the other day.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's got to get a set of wheels to put on the back, and we might give it a shot.
Nice.
Well, Red Centre, that's that good event for it too. They have the drags. They got the whole deal for you to be able to, to compete or to be involved with. So that'll be a good time for testing.
Well, if you watch Spotto, Spotto, we didn't manage to get any of the videos up, but Paul, he takes that big old beast on the dirt tracks. Racing against stock cars and that kind of scenario with the supercharger on it, sideways as fuck, all the way around the track, and getting the same times as the top stock cars going around. So, and then of course Jay Tiny Towing, he does roll racing, and I think he was doing hill climbing last weekend.
Drags in it.
Yeah,
it's just anything.
Well, we always travel together, see. We always go to a lot of the events, all of us together, so we're all good friends.
Oh, cool.
So are the Winging It Motorsport boys are up your ways as well?
They're they're about 1,000 k's south of us, but
Gold Coast.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But
so, yeah, they're a good little bunch too. I watch and follow them. Sort of, you know, when Kieran was more active when he was back home over there. Yep. But yeah, they do some good builds, and I like the way they get their skid cars ready, and they travel around and they've got it down.
Yeah, definitely. Like Craig with Pinky, we travel around with him as well. He goes to a lot of the same. We all go to the same a lot of the events. You know, we're all doing it together.
Good consistent skidders too, like him and winging it. Is it Damon? They can peel those bloody cars around pretty bloody good.
Yeah, they certainly do.
So what's your history with automotive? You know, like everybody's got a reason, I guess, why they slip on the fucking banana, or their head hits a counter, and all of a sudden they're, oh fuck you, I'm into cars now. So you know, what was your banana slip moment? How did your parents do it to you? What?
No, I was poor. So I couldn't afford to pay someone. I had to do it myself.
Right. Excellent.
Perfect.
I don't come from an automotive background at all. My father was a chef.
Okay.
And Helen's family there, her father was a bit of an inspiration to me. He used to muck around with cars and do anything himself. He would never pay anybody to do anything. If it was done himself or it wasn't done at all. So you take a bit of knowledge from that. Like, you know, we'd go over to his place and he's like 80 and he's swinging off a 9-inch grinder, and it's like, what are you doing, old man? And then because I'm so passionate about cars, and so is Helen, you know, we've had quite a few cars in the past. And we've got quite a few now. So, you know, and there's a few coming up, you know, and my son's now getting into it. So, yeah, it's become a family thing. We've got a big shed out the back with 2 hoists now, so we can work on it comfortably.
Yeah.
And, yeah, we do a lot of stuff ourselves. We've got a really good friend, Bubba, from All What. He's a wealth of knowledge when it comes to all things blown, and you know, when I've got a question, I'll just send him a thing and say, hey, what do you reckon about this? And do this, and it's always right.
Nice.
so you know, it's good to have friends when it comes to stuff like that. It's not a case of being tight, or it's a case of we're a strong believer now, not so much in the past, but now knowing exactly what's in your car, how it works.
Yeah.
Because when you get to the pad, even though you're all great friends, you're all skidding against each other, and I don't like to bother anybody else because they got their own problems.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And me and Helen, we'll sit down and say, okay, well, why won't it start? Like we drove, it was about 3,000 k's from home to Bathurst. We did half a skid and then the car stopped and it wouldn't start again.
Right.
And it's like, we thought it was the computer. When we got home, it turned out to be the crank sensor.
Oh, shit, yeah.
And then we put a new crank sensor in and it blew that. And we put another one in and it blew that. It's like, why is it doing this?
Mm-hmm.
It turned out it was a faulty tacho.
Oh, wow.
Because they share the same pulse. So it was blowing the crank sensors, and it's $300 a crank sensor or whatever they are. It's like a problem. So, you know, we just like to do things ourselves.
Yeah. We
brought our own tyre machine, so we do our own tyres.
Oh, good work. Good work.
Muscle Car Tyres hooks us up with a good price on tyres and like colours.
Yes.
There's nothing like blowing a set of coloured tyres. It's far better smoke, and, you know, it's good for the crowd. And, we do all our own stuff from now onwards, and just get little bits of help from other people. Of course, we don't have a dyno, so we in to get it dynoed. And
well, you'll be able to do that at Red Santa Nats. They have that dyno. They have their dyno days there too. Yeah,
they have a dyno there. Yeah. So we're going to do something different at Red Santa Nats. I'm not a believer of doing two different colour tyres.
Right.
Because it shows the judges if you're favouring one side.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, see, there's some talent.
Yeah.
Technical talent.
Shush, we'll bleep that up. Yeah, we'll tell people that.
There's a lot of technical stuff, see?
Yes, exactly.
So we're going to run different colours at Red Centre and see how that looks.
Okay.
It's more for the photos. Like,
yes.
you know, it's great when you get, you know, you'll go to a comp and you'll get, like when you come back on the Monday, you'll get like 300 friend requests.
Oh, yeah.
And like 200 photos sent from other people that you don't even know that are sending, and photographers sending you photos of the car doing burnouts and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, you've got a friend request sitting there from me too, Steve, by the way. Don't stop me too hard, bro.
And Helen, you actually do a bit of the media yourself, don't you? Because I recall watching your live from the Tropical Meltdown.
Yeah. So, you know, look, Steve doesn't do too much of that. He just leaves that up to me because he's quite busy. So I just do, you know, as much as I can. And, I did a little bit of a live feed when I was at Tropical just to sort of show, you know, everyone what cars were there and what's going on. And I try and do a lot, like for Spotto, you know, I try and promote it. Not too much, but just enough, you know, so
you got a lot of followers, eh? You got 10,000 followers plus, haven't you?
Yeah. I've got, so the car has a huge following, especially on TikTok as well.
Right, yes.
Like really big following on TikTok. And I get messages all the time from people asking, you know, are we coming to this event, coming to that event, you know, merchandise. Yeah, just you know, all the time. So, which is really nice. You know, and I get lots of people as well just asking how we are. You know, how the car is. You know, just general chit chat, which is nice too.
It is nice. It is. So you guys have got merch, obviously. You got some merch. You can say, how do we get your merch? How do people get your merch?
Oh well, look. Yeah, well, I usually they'll message me through the page.
Oh yes, okay.
And ask me. Yep. Yeah, if I've got any.
All right, well, there you go. I'll put the social links in here anyway, so hopefully you get at least another 2 people messaging you after the show.
You're right. So look, I have to get on to get more shirts and that, because when we went to Rocky, just in not long ago, I sold out of every single thing. Like I didn't come home with one thing, and I was like, wow, you know. So I have to do another like big merch. Order.
Shows the interest.
Hey.
Shows the interest.
You know, I couldn't keep up with it, you know, and I like to do different things. I don't like to do the same sort of stuff, you know. Like I do our shirts, like the shirts that we've got on now, they're the ones where we have all the running on empty, just a few little sayings that we liked.
Right.
So I've got those, and then I've got a cartoon one, but I like to do like different. I think I just ordered a whole heap of tattoos for kids. I like to do a lot for kids.
Yeah. How good. That's really neat.
So I prefer, because we have so many children. Like they just get their parents. You know, they'll send me videos, like when they've got something, they'll send me a video of it. And we had a young man about, I don't know, what was it, 2 years ago at Rocky Nats, and he come up. And he wanted the tyres that was left over. So, you know, we said, yeah, no worries. We signed him, like Steve signed him and all that. And we said to him, look, there was about, 5 of them. And we said, you want to get in the car? We'll just take you for a squirt around the pitch, you know.
Yeah.
So sure as hell, they got in, you know, and they were over the moon. And there was this one young one in the back seat. He would have been, I don't know, probably 5, I would say.
Yeah.
And what was he saying, Steve?
He goes, oh, my God, what is happening to my life?
High five to that. Whoever that old that is.
That's what gives us the pleasure. Honestly, it gives us more pleasure, the kids.
Yeah.
You see the parent and the kids, they come down after the meeting and, you know, they're like looking at the car. It's like, would you want to get in and get a photo? Oh, no, I don't want to break the car. You know, I said, you're not going to hurt it.
Yes.
And then, you know, to see the parent's face when they're taking a photo of their child sitting in the car,
just
like grabbing the steering wheel and doing whatever, and it's like, it just makes all the hard work, because it's not easy, especially like we're almost 60.
Oh, yeah, young fellas, Steve. Ray's nearly 62.
Yeah, no, you guys are doing well. You're doing bloody well.
Yeah.
So
keep that same spirit up, and you can't go wrong.
Yeah,
it's sort of strenuous, and like after a comp, I've spoken to a few people on the Sunday after a comp. We all have a nana nap, and don't worry about the cars; they're still inside the trailer.
Yeah.
And it's like, we're just going to sleep for the day.
Bit of a barbie at the trailer, and it's like, oh, we've got to go and have a moi now. Or
that's it. That's it. Yeah, you got to enjoy it. Enjoy it all.
So what do you guys do for a crust? What do you fellas? What's your income?
Okay, we've got a fencing business.
Right. Nice.
Yeah. So we're fencing people.
Yeah.
Mate, 1,000 kilometre long
I'm a bit of welder by trade.
Right.
But I can't see very well now for welding, and I shake a lot. So it's like, I'm just going to fences. It's not hard.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard work, but it's not. You don't have to be real skilled at it.
Yes, right.
And it's good money.
Yeah. We do a lot of specialised work and automatic gates, stuff, all that, all that type of stuff.
Yeah, good, cool. Nice.
So how many summer nets over the years have you been, like, not with car, or just have you attended? Have you been supporting that event since you're a kid?
No, our first Summer Nats event ever was when we took Spotto.
Oh, wow.
And we lived in Sydney.
And we actually lived there,
Sydney,
wow.
But, look, I'm going to get the haters here now. Like, at one point, Summer Nats had a really bad reputation.
Right.
It was just a lot of, there was no respect for women. There was no respect, you know. And it's like, I'm not interested in that. In the early days, it was good, but I didn't have a car, and I was sort of, when I did have a car, I didn't think it was worthy of going to Summer Nats with it. So it was only a little tip and I. So, but when we built Spotto, we actually decided, it's like, let's go and see what it's all about, because we had a lot of friends going, and they were entering, and we entered it, and Summer Nats is probably the biggest and best event that we go to, because it's sort of the grand final. I love the merch stands, and seeing cars that you can walk around all day and not see every car.
Yeah, we hear
that's
that
what
often.
I like. And then at night, you just go and sort of walk around. It takes me like 3 or 4 hours to walk around the pits, because I'll just go and talk to somebody, make spark up a conversation. And 2 years ago, we had these guys with next to us, and they had these Rodeos, and they were on point. They were beautiful cars, and it's like you don't see Rodeos like that, So.
1 ton Rodeo.
And we're actually good friends with them now. We're on Facebook with them, and they message and see if we're coming and where we're going next. And
that's cool.
So, you've obviously watched some of our stuff, and one of the things we like to talk about is mental health. We like to talk about men's mental health, but we've got a man and a lady here, and I guess one of the things that we've noticed, with people that we've been talking to, is that the husband and wife teams are pretty strong, and they sort of, it seems to be that, it's not weak to speak, but if you haven't got someone really close to you, it can be difficult to speak, you know what I mean? And so how do you guys get on? You got a good dynamic like that? Do you find stresses in life, and how do you deal with it? Like, what's your advice to people out there in your position who are, in the burnout community and possibly facing some struggles?
Look, I think my advice would be talk to your partner, but most of all, spend time with your partner or a friend and have common interests. And that's how we like a few years ago, we started to grow apart. We didn't have much of a hobby, and you get old, and that's what happens. And then we built the burnout car, and we just seemed to both reconnect and go down this path together instead of separate.
Nice.
And that's why I like, Big Wall's family dynamic and the Myers family. They're wonderful people, but they're also a family orientated team.
Yes.
And that's where I draw a lot of my inspiration from. And it's nothing for, like, we were at Northern Nats 2 years ago, and this guy just come up and started talking to me, and you could see he was really, really depressed, and we were ready to go out, and it's like, it doesn't matter, I just started talking to him for a little while, and then I spoke to Dad and said, this is where his headspace is at, and I haven't seen him since, but I like to think that we sort of, I made his day. I got him to sit in the car, and he was sort of, his car was broken down and it wasn't ready to come, and he was upset, and it's like, well, you can come and join us for a little while and have a bit of fun and be on the other side of it. And just like, I just included him in a few little things, and then the next day he come up and said hello, and see you later. I'll see you next time. I haven't seen him again, but he seemed happier.
It makes a big difference, because there is a lot of, people come to car events because they love cars, and so instantly everyone's got that same sort of interest or bond or connection, and we see it quite a lot. People around burnout events, or even just car events over here that might otherwise be a little bit outcast or not know anybody, very easily and quickly welcomed into the community, as long as they're not a dickhead, of course.
Yeah, look, I think you're right there. You can have the worst, you can be going through some of the worst demons of your life. And I've seen it, we got a couple of friends that are going through some bad things, and they sort of go to the burnout pad, and, they leave there with big smiles on their faces, and, it's like, well, tonight you're safe. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. It's certainly something that just removes your mind completely from all the shit that's bothering you, because it's just quite a big, I don't know what the word is, but there's smell, there's sound, there's sight, there's vibration. Like, the whole thing is fucking massive.
And there's camaraderie too.
Yeah, and there's camaraderie, and there's people that are friends, and it's really an amazing experience. It certainly makes me feel a hell of a lot better.
Burnouts for the soul.
Oh, definitely.
Well, we've got one team up here. It's called Black Dog Burnouts.
Oh, nice. Yes.
Brock Neville. He does a lot for men's mental health, and he's always up for a chat if you want to have a chat. Really nice guy. He just had a baby.
Right.
Yeah.
So his wife was skidding. His wife was skidding until she got pregnant, and maybe she'll come back. And
see, that's what got her pregnant. See, burnouts are so hot, they get you pregnant.
It's in the smoke.
It's in the smoke. Yeah.
Hey, so should we hit it that? Should we make it that time?
Yeah. Well,
are you guys ready? You got a glass of water in hand, or
you're sitting down,
a drink by your side?
You want to hear from Jack?
Yep.
So we fed Jack some information. You know what I mean? The more we feed the AI, the more it comes out with, and it's quite special.
Yep.
Matt Rowland, you know Matt Rowland, the second judgment, the Sumo NS judge. He didn't believe me that this was actually AI. He thought we were making it up ourselves because it was so on point, but we're not that bright. This is 100% AI. Okay, so here we go. Okay, look at SPOTTO57 rolling out like it's auditioning for Running on Empty, the retirement years. This 1957 Chevy Coupe is so ancient, it's probably got a few stories to tell about the dinosaurs it used to drag race against. And that blower on top, it looks like it was stolen off a kid's science fair project. Kudos to Or What Motorsports for tuning it. Or What is right, because or what else could possibly go wrong with this methanol guzzling fossil? We're finished. Steve and Helen, the power couple behind the wheel, deserve a medal for making it out of the driveway, let alone a burnout pit. Maybe they should spend more time on a date night and less time trying to relive their glory days of Aussie car flicks. So hang on, go to the next one. Got to go to the next one now.
Take a breath.
Take a breath. Oh, fuck, where did I go? Where did I go? Here's hoping that engine has more stamina than their marriage after a few more runs of this smoke show. It's amazing they got this rust bucket to move at all, let alone create a cloud of smoke so thick it probably caused a small climate change event. Let's just hope that, unlike their beloved 1982 movie, this car doesn't end up running empty halfway through their next run. So, you know, and I was like, okay, I said, that's brilliant, but can you please be a bit darker? Can you just cut a bit deeper, you know what I mean? Sure thing, let's crank it up a notch, says Jack. Look at SPOTTO57 trying to puff out enough smoke to hide the fact it's one burnout away from a museum. This relic is a 57 Chevy Coupe, but by the looks of it, it's more of a 57-year-old tryhard. That blower sticking out like a sore thumb, and someone mistake this for an amateur hour at the local auto shop. Steve and Helen, the dynamic duo of delusion, keep revving this ancient artifact like it's going to transport them back to the good old days. Spoiler alert, no amount of methanol can turn back the clock, guys. Or what motorsports? More like why bother motorsports? Tuning this jalopy is like putting lipstick on a pig.
Oh, that's funny.
Excuse me, sorry. Sure, it's got a shine, but at the end of the day, it's still a pig. This home-built LS1 engine is a testament to Steve and Helen's commitment to consistently disappointing results. They must have a sense of humour, though. Naming it SPOTTO57 should have named it Missed the Spot, because it's clearly aiming for greatness and landing somewhere in the pit of mediocrity. I mean, Jack is getting fucking ruthless, guys. We've got one more. It keeps going. Next time, instead of trying to recreate movie magic, maybe they should just settle for watching Running on Empty from the comfort of a couch. It'd be a lot safer and less embarrassing than this ongoing public display of vehicular masochism.
Oh, that is so good. Oh, my God.
Jack. Fuck you, Jack. You're a son of a bitch.
Oh, that is so good. There you go, Jack. Excellent.
And honestly, we could knock our heads together for a week and not come up with one sentence like that. So this is 100% artificial intelligence coming up with that shit. It's brilliant.
How good.
Oh, so Ray, you've got a question that you like to ask.
I do, and this will probably be I'm looking forward to this being a couple one. And just before I forget too, so cool. You're our first husband-wife couple. There's a couple in my head would like to be connect with eventually, but the fact that that makes it a bit different for our episodes how they've been. Well, so
so actually, and just on that, the Sumo NS Pro Series qualifier that we just had on the weekend over here in New Zealand was won by a husband and wife team, really, wasn't it? Tainted Burnouts, Leon Kenny and his wife. Yeah, so they did a spectacular job, man. And he's the one actually, that sort of pioneered this men's mental health thing that's going on. Yeah. And not all our burnout cars, but so many of the burnout cars over here are rocking these.
Riddled with them.
So there is some really cool husband and wife teams here, but yes, you guys are the first.
Good.
We're very, very pleased. But anyway, back to my question. Favourite food?
Takeaway food. Takeaway
two
food.
choices here too. Now, but two people say you can both have a favourite unless you relationship that you both like the same thing.
Yeah,
fine.
Actually, tell you what, Helen, can you tell us what Steve's favourite food is? Steve, you tell us what Helen's favourite food is. No cheating. We want to know if you guys really like each other.
Okay, Steve's is KFC.
Okay. Woo, woo.
Pizza.
Wow.
How good is that? What's the KFC you're into? The chicken or the burgers?
The chicken.
The chicken.
Chicken. And the pizza? What pizza? Pizza Hut, Domino's?
No, I do like a made pizza rather than a Domino's.
Oh yeah, I'm with you. Okay.
And I don't mind the pineapple on the pizza.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
No worries.
Thank you.
Yep.
Honestly,
wait till you come to New Zealand and you can try the KFC over here. Then you'll be able to get that, decide what, have a bit of a variance there.
Might be just as disappointing.
Got to try it.
You may have to just come over for an event just to watch one of these big ones.
Yes.
Well, so at the end of this year, in October, we've got AutoFest. And so AutoFest has got there's some two tickets straight to the Summer Nats finals. So available for the...
Jump on the plane with Jake.
Yeah, Jake Wise is coming over.
Oh, yes, I know Jake's going over,
Yeah, so that would be a perfect time to come over.
Have some
Just saying.
Yeah, we'll keep that in mind.
It's my birthday in October, so...
Oh, hey.
Perfect.
Fencing's pretty quiet around October, I hear, and around up Cairns way.
Yeah. They don't need fences to hold those fucking fruit bats in up there, mate. Like, it's all good.
No, they don't.
Hey, round the library there in town. Are those fucking things still there?
No, it's all gone now.
Is it?
Like the bats are gone there now.
Oh, good.
Trees are coming back.
Yeah, they got rid of them from there.
They got rid of the trees today, and then they got rid of the bats.
No, just the bats.
How'd they do that?
I don't know. They did like.
I think they were shooting water in there and playing classical music.
Well, I lived in Cairns. For about 11 months. I was like, fuck this. And I moved to Townsville instead because it wasn't wet there. And and so I would go to Papua New Guinea quite often, and I'd fly out of Cairns to PNG and then back. And I stayed at, is it the Novotel or something by the library there in town.
Yeah, that's it. Still there.
Fucking smell from those trees and bats. Oh my God.
Yeah, and the smell and the
so bad. But anyway, we're just having a private conversation, and nobody in the rest of the world knows what the fuck we're talking about. But anyway,
get our giveaway stuff.
Yeah. Okay. So we got some stuff we're going to give away this week. What do we got here?
Do your two cans.
We got a Chems. So Chems is a New Zealand company, and these are New Zealand products. Shout out to Nigel and Chems. So we got some brake cleaner here and some penetrator. We all know what that stuff's for.
A 1970 Chevelle wagon.
Yep.
Hot Wheels custom paint job.
Hot Wheels. We didn't custom paint it. They did in the factory in Thailand.
Got a Rusty 8. We should.
They can't see that. You show the camera there.
That's right. Sorry, Rusty 8. That would look cool on the web of SPOTTO57.
We should spin one. We should actually send one over to SPOTTO. Actually,
we should do that. Get one over to you.
Yeah, I'll send you some.
We got a Bogan as one.
Bogan as fuck.
And
men's mental health sticker. A hooligan one. These are courtesy of Sliding Designs, which has done this. Beer cozy
with just a tip in.
Yep.
Very cool. And pink, that one.
Stubby cooler.
Evil Mark 5 sticker.
Thanks, Rolling Lemon. It's got this Mark 5 Cortina with an evil engine in it. We've got a t-shirt from him as well. And it's got a new built for 351 in it. Or 302. Built 302, I think, in at Windsor. He came up from the South Island this weekend for some
just made amazing burnouts. Our time. Yeah, our day.
And sliding designs keyring with a bottle opener. So to win that, what you've got to do is you have to be following us on YouTube. You have to be following us on Facebook. You have to like this video on YouTube, and that's fucking important. You got to do that. And you also have to be liking SPOTTO57 on Facebook. If you've done all those things, and then you get in the draw. And if you've done more than all of those things, you know what I mean, like do some sharing and some commenting, then you'll get some extra draws in, and we'll draw that fuck knows somewhere.
And if you want to go to the effort and contact Helen for some merch, they have through their Facebook page. Do that.
We'll put those links somewhere. I'll put those links somewhere around here, or you can search it. No one's fucking idiot. Like SPOTTO57 is pretty easy to look up on the internet. You know, like it's not that hard.
It's pretty easy,
yeah.
So we're going to do that, and yeah. So one more question though. What about Burnout Masters game? I know, like you guys are nearly 60, but have you got Burnout Masters game on any of your devices?
Well, no, I did have it on my phone, but my son has it.
Right.
So he plays it. Yeah. And I've got a lot of friends, my grandsons, because we got grandsons, so they have it, and they lots of people send me when they make when they do the car.
Do you know what? I reckon Spotto's got a really good chance of getting on there at some stage.
Yeah, hopefully.
You know, like there's competitions that, you know, Burnout Masters comps that will get you, you know, on the game. I think that would be cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, a lot of people make do up the car and then they send it to us and show us. So that's really nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's a cool game. Yeah. Steve, if you could drive anybody else's car over there of any level, you got one on your head?
The bucket list would have to be. There's probably two.
Mm-hmm. Two's fine. Yeah, as many as you want. Yep, two's awesome.
Okay, so one would be tiny towing.
Yes.
And the other one would be Luxifer.
Oh yeah,
awesome.
Wicked.
Cool choices.
Yeah, Luxifer looks like an absolute fucking weapon to drive.
Oh yes, and you know what? Kyle is so nice. He's a lovely young man and his family. Very lovely people.
Yeah, we're looking forward to talking to him. He doesn't know it yet. I think we've told him a couple of times we're coming for him. He might not realise it, but we'll be talking to him one day.
It's one of those things you keep putting it out in the atmosphere, and we'll get it.
Yeah. We're just sort of bombing everybody. Bombing everybody with our stuff.
I think it's great.
Yeah. We'll just keep going until people say no.
Yeah, pretty much. And even when they do say no, we'll still keep going for a little bit.
But yeah.
So what else you got going on? Got any more questions, bro?
No, I'm pretty much. I could sit here. I got probably lots more, but
yeah, we could probably talk for too many hours, but we're going to run out of fucking device battery and all sorts of stuff. So honestly, guys, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it, and we can't wait to meet you in person. You know, maybe over in Australia, or maybe you guys coming over here. We'd love to see you at AutoFest. We'll just say that once more, and
love what you're doing. Yeah, love the car.
Yep. Keep up the good work.
Love how you sound how you speak towards the burnout community, family, scene, culture. It's awesome. All those other cars that you've got there and that you spoke about. Yeah, you guys are Aussie Paul and Anita Henry, really, aren't you? You're Aussie Rusty 8, SPOTTO57 Rusty 8. You guys are all the same. It's awesome. Very similar. Thank you so much, man. Awesome. Yeah. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Very much. You're a bunch of fucking good cunts, and we'll see you next time. You can fuck off now. Bye, guys. Not a problem. You too.